On a Tuesday morning, outside this Adelaide shopping centre, a young woman is bundled into the back seat of a car. Her father had stabbed her multiple times with a large kitchen knife in front of horrified onlookers.
Because she was dating someone outside her faith.
Other family members, including her mother and sister, were also involved in the brutal ambush. She was eventually put in a shower at the nearby family home, wounds still profusely bleeding, until police arrived.
The woman survived the attack, and for legal reasons, we can't name her or her family. During hearings in the Supreme Court, the prosecution said the 21-year-old was a victim of so-called honour-based violence.
Her traditional Pashtun Muslim family did not approve of her dating a Christian man, and the courts heard the brutal stabbing was an act to restore honour to the family. She had previously been promised to a cousin at age 6 and later to another cousin in 2019, but she refused the arranged marriage. Nina Ulk followed the Adelaide case closely from her home in the UK. She's spoken publicly about her experience surviving honour-based violence.
It was because I'd left a forced arranged marriage as a child. I'd come back home hoping to be looked after, but unfortunately my father and family saw it as I was bringing shame upon the family, in which case the only thing to do is to kill a girl.
She says since speaking out, more and more women globally, including Australians, have contacted her for help.
Since December last year, 2023, I've had over 3,000 people, mainly girls, reach out to me from Australia alone, telling me that they are victims of honour-based abuse and discrimination.
Back home, a leading expert in the field explains honour-based violence can be observed in collectivist cultures and is distinct from family and domestic violence.
It is always a premeditated act that is used to instill or save the honour of the family and ensure that shame does not come on the collective family structure.
Dr Kaplanian says globally, 5,000 to 6,000 so-called honour killings occur every year, a figure thought to be grossly underestimated due to a lack of official reporting.
If we go and detect or diagnose those murders and look at the refugee and migrant women that are murdered in Australia in domestic violence, I can assure you that a high percentage of these murders have occurred in the name of honour.
Criminology researcher Samantha Lynham says honour-based violence often intersects with forced marriage.
Forced marriage disproportionately affects young women and girls, and over the past 10 years, it's represented the most common form of modern slavery reported to the Australian Federal Police, with approximately 100 cases reported each year.
Dr Kaplanian says research shows honour-based violence is on the rise internationally.
Families are fearful that their daughters may become westernised or may not adhere to what's expected in their cultures.
The expert says targeted support is needed in refuges across Australia. The federal government said in a statement it's allocated more than $3.4 billion towards women's safety across 3 years. Nina Ulk's advice to women in similar situations is to seek out trusted people and speak out.
Talk about it to your colleagues at work, to your friends at school, your teachers, because somebody somewhere will be able to enable you to leave that situation.